Well, Aberdeen were the last team to beat Dunfermline in the league 8 games ago. Yesterday at East End Park, the Dons had club record signing Hans Gillhaus making his debut. And as you're about to see, he wasted no time displaying a spectacular line in finishing. Let's now join match commentator Jock Brown.
The speedy recovery of Istvan Kozma from the injury sustained playing for Hungary in the World Cup match against Spain in midweek enables Jim Leishman to send out the same 11 for the 9th time in a row. And during that spell, Dunfermline haven't suffered defeat. Raymond Sharp's arrival on the big-time scene coincides with that incredible run. He's just turned 20 and he made his under-21 international debut as a substitute on Tuesday in that fine 2-0 win over Norway. But Ian Westwater too has grown in stature this season with some superb performances in goal. And over those last 8 games, only Hibs have beaten him more than once in a match. The loss of World Cup hero Willie Miller, who went through a knee operation this morning, but they have a top-class young replacement in Brian Irvine. And they also have Hans Gillhaus making his debut up front alongside Charlie Nicholas. He's Aberdeen's most expensive signing ever, costing £650,000 from PSV Eindhoven. And they have this rock in defence, Alec McLeish. Only Kenny Dalglish has more caps for Scotland than McLeish, and despite being past his 30th birthday, he's playing better now than perhaps at any time in his career. And the referee this afternoon is Glasgow solicitor Jim Herold, who is in his 2nd season as a Grade 1 official. Well, a huge crowd inside East End Park, giving testimony once again to the effect Dunfermline have had on the home fans. Travelling support from Aberdeen will be there, obviously, but the large majority of the crowd supporting the men in black and white, playing their 9th match, since the last defeat, which was against Aberdeen. They lost 2-1 at Pittodrie back in September. And since that, they haven't lost any match in the league. Here's Charlie Nicholas, getting some treatment from the home fans and anxious to set up a partnership with Gillhaus in attack. But would be in trouble, pressurised there by Paul Mason. Former Aberdeen player getting a special reception from the travelling supporters. Irvine getting up there above Ross Jack. Irvine replacing Willie Miller, but an adjustment in the Aberdeen formation at the back with Irvine and McLeish standing shoulder to shoulder. Here's O'Boyle, holding off that challenge from Irvine. The free kick is given against Jim Bett for a tackle from behind on O'Boyle. Well, Jim Bett making such a successful return to the international scene on Wednesday night against Norway. Now back on league duty. Rugby with the free kick. Grant Tierney signals for the ball in the box. They should appear to be pushed from behind. And George O'Boyle comes within inches of opening his scoring account for Dunfermline. O'Boyle is still to find the net in Dunfermline colours, but this is a magnificent effort on the volley, and Snelders was relieved to see that go over. That's good play by Jack. He's away from McKimmie. Neat turn. And David Robertson makes a superb clearing header. Kozma was coming in at the far post. A fine play there by young David Robertson, but the film is still coming forward. Rap on his cross. And out comes Snelders. Well, some great play there from Dunfermline attack, from Ross Jack in particular, forcing the ball up the left touchline, making a beautiful turn away from McKimmie, and that cross was destined for that of Istvan Kozma until Robertson stepped in. Here's Paul Smith losing out to Connor. Nicholas switching play to the right. Here's Paul Mason. Good quick control and superb defending there by Noddy McCarthy going in at Gillhaus. What fine play it was from Aberdeen. Switched by Nicholas to Mason. That's great control. Pulling it in there, looking for the player on the run, who was Gillhaus, but McCarthy reaches Jim Bett. David Robertson there for Aberdeen. This is Irvin. Clearance was made by Smith. Timmy being put under pressure by O'Boyle. That was always in command. Smith's pass was too short. Tackle by Tierney on Nicholas. Judged by the referee to be a free kick, I think. No, he's given the throw. And this time it is a free kick. Gillhaus, the player fouled by Tierney. So the big men come up. Brian Irvin is number 6, Alec McLeish is number 5. And this is Robert Connor. Irvin getting up well. Gillhaus! A spectacular start for the Dutchman. 11 minutes gone, he starts to repay the huge transfer fee. A great header there by Irvin. I just look at this. Overhead effort from Hans Gillhaus. Westwater was beaten. A dream start for the young man from Holland. And that will endear him to the Aberdeen fans instantly. They've been doing well under pressure, but Aberdeen's finding Rafferty. Bett to Irvin. Oh, good play from Aberdeen. Mason finding Bett. Now he gets the return. Great play from Aberdeen. The early cross in, and the clearance was made by Tierney. Well, Aberdeen looking very much in the mood at this stage in the match. Some terrific build-up play from midfield, and that pass from Bett releasing Mason. Nicholas was hovering, and Tierney made the clearance. Played in by Connor. Pushed away by Westwater. Aberdeen and Dunfermline player back defending. There's Grant. It's too long for Connor. Mason's header is picked up by Connor. Here's Nicholas. Some neat play there by Charlie Nicholas, and he has won a corner kick. Some delightful touch play going toward the byline. Raymond Sharp in the end, turning it out. The pressure remains on the Dunfermline defence. Westwater appealed by his own player. There's Gillhaus getting up well. He's sending it wide. Nicholas trying, goes the right big time, but it's back with David Robertson. Up goes Irvin. Gillhaus is there again. It's unbelievable. Hans Gillhaus makes it 2-0. 16 minutes gone. What a debut for the Dutchman. The corner kick caused all the trouble. Westwater here impeded by Ross Jack. Very intelligent header then, coming here from Alec McLeish, sending it wide. Nicholas trying to turn, was picked up here by David Robertson. Just look at the quality of this cross. It was won again by Brian Irvin. And there's Gillhaus, and what a power on that header. Well, not only 2 goals, but 2 spectacular goals scored by Gillhaus. This clearance returned by David Robertson. There's O'Boyle again. Cosma to Jack. Paul Smith is there for Dunfermline, all on his own. Inches too high for the Dunfermline midfield player. He's well created, Cosma and Ross Jack together. Left foot cross, no marking there for Paul Smith. And Snelders was certainly exposed. There's O'Boyle. Looks for support, gets it from Graham Robertson. O'Boyle again. Good control running that from O'Boyle with the ball at his feet. He was looking for a free kick. so were the Dunfermline fans. The referee shook his head quickly and allowed play to continue. Plays to Grant. Gillhaus picking out Jim Bett. Back from Mason to chase. Raymond Sharp making life difficult for Mason as he went toward the corner flag. He was very willing indeed on the right flank, though up front. Kimmy's header is helped on by Bett, overshooting the front ben. The ball kicked in by Sharp. This is Cosma. Delightful ball across the face of the goal. Graham Robertson started a run and checked out. Van Cosma was quite deliberate about this as he collected this ball inside from Raymond Sharp. He looked up, checked where everyone was and looked for Graham Robertson. Held on there by Gillhaus. The clearance from Laurie McCarthy gives possession back to Aberdeen. Some damage there for Grant Tierney, the Dunfermline centre-half. Was in this challenge here with Gillhaus. Gillhaus got a touch away from Tierney, but there was a blow in the area of the nose for the Dunfermline centre-half. And Tierney forced to leave the field for some repairs to be carried out, perhaps a stitch at the bridge of the nose. Off the head of Jack, and now there will be the change. Tom Wilson's coming on. Grant Tierney is not going to come back. Face damage deemed to be too serious to risk a return. So the recent signing from St Mirren, who made his debut as a substitute 10 days ago against Motherwell Park, comes on to play at left back. Mason did well, taken out of the play by Rafferty. Grant playing it to Connor. Chance for Gillhaus. Well, coming in on the blind side of Tom Wilson. Good free kick move this again from Aberdeen. Grant to Connor, angling the ball in. Gillhaus coming in behind Tom Wilson, couldn't quite make it. Well, that's good defending play from midfield by Jim Bett. We're into time added on for these injury stoppages in the first half. With plenty of these. Luke Rugby was one player who required a long spell of treatment. He's taking this throw. Rugby again, this time a chance for the cross. It's back with Rafferty. Away by David Robertson, and there goes the half-time whistle. The hero of the hour, undoubtedly, Hans Gillhaus. 16 minutes into his debut, he found the net twice to the delight of these Aberdeen supporters, and they were both spectacular efforts. The first, the overhead effort with the right foot, dipping under the crossbar, and then a powerful header from close range, which beat Ian Westwater. It's 2-0 to Aberdeen, a championship-winning performance so far from the men from Pittodrie. For the half-time score, Dunfermline 0, Aberdeen 2. Welcome back to East End Park. Aberdeen starting the second half, having produced the first half performance, which was certainly one which, for me, sets them up as genuine championship contenders. And Dunfermline, after their recent spell of excellent results, realising that when they're facing Aberdeen in form like this, they're against top-class opposition, and Hans Gillhaus providing the gilt on the gingerbread for Aberdeen with these two great goals. McLeish full of confidence, full of composure. Robertson towards Connor. Well, that's brilliantly done by Connor. He's away from Graham Robertson. This is Nicholas. Gillhaus makes a run. But he suffered a major blow. Back with Nicholas. Well, you can see the intention there clearly. Setting up for the right foot, flighted chip shot to the far corner. Jack testing the pace of McLeish. It's a fine ball inside, just too far ahead of O'Boyle. Well, that's the kind of sprightly play which has made Ross Jack such a success this season. Well done by Gillhaus. It's Rugby who's covering. But Dunfermline really finding it extremely difficult to create anything through midfield. 1 hour of the match gone, 2-0 to Aberdeen. The scoreline which has thoroughly merited on the balance of play so far. There's Grant looking for McKimmie. Great effort from McKimmie! And what a save by Ian Westwater. Well, Aberdeen at the best again. Connor playing it across. Grant helping into a gap there for McKimmie. Lined up the shot, and it was Westwater at full stretch. Cosma got up well. The turn pass comes from O'Boyle. Good play by O'Boyle. Robertson sends it across. Wins by Robertson. Gillhaus on the turn. That's great play from Gillhaus. Speeding away from McCarthy. Nicholas waits in the middle. Mason is also there. And so too was Rugby. He kept his head in that little crisis. The applause though for Hans Gillhaus. Cosmo back to Robertson. Paul Smith had a fast chance there as the ball broke kindly to him. Deflected off McLeish. Snelders couldn't keep it in. First real glimpse of goal Dunfermline have had for a very long time. Forward goes Rugby. Sharp's corner kick. Good header in, and Rugby couldn't keep his feet in the box. Well, a stumble there by Doug Rugby at a vital moment as this ball was headed powerfully back across the face of the goal. Rugby couldn't turn it on target. McKimmie. Mason. Irvin. Now Grant. Patient play this from Aberdeen. Probing for the opening. Still a possession. There's Brian Grant looking for David Robertson, and Paul Smith turns it behind again. There again across the face of the goal. The header by David Robertson. 18 minutes from the end. David Robertson's second goal of the season. And one which Ian Westwater will be very unhappy about. Corner kick from Jim Bett. Westwater started to come, it appeared. He was rooted to the spot as a glancing header beat him at the post. David Robertson has been very effective in the air on many occasions. Well, that sums up Ross Jack's afternoon, standing in the goal involuntarily and giving possession back to Aberdeen. Here's Grant. Now Nicholas. Well tackled by Rafferty. Maybe a loose ball at the moment going to a player in red. A firm tackle made by Ross Jack. McKimmie shot with a pass. Well, it reaches Brian Grant. Layoff from Gillhaus, back across towards Nicholas. Well, that's a finish which would have completed an afternoon of joy for the Aberdeen fans. Well set up again. McKimmie lucky to see that pass reach Brian Grant. But look at this little 1-2. Gillhaus back to Grant. The angle ball into the box, and Nicholas couldn't get that on target. Returned by Jack. Back it goes to Snelders. The referee now checking with his linesman. It's been an outstanding performance from Aberdeen. They started in very impressive form, got the bonus of these 2 early goals from Hans Gillhaus, grew from there, and they've looked very convincing all the way through, and they've brought to an end now the Dunfermline undefeated home league record this season. Even Robertson got the third. The Aberdeen fans stay to a man to applaud. It's been a great performance. Little doubt that these supporters will be harbouring optimistic thoughts about Aberdeen's chances in the championship race. It's an outstanding performance from Aberdeen. The Dunfermline right out of luck. The final score, Dunfermline 0, Aberdeen 3.
Hans, could you have believed you would get off to such a good start?
No, just was hoping to have a little win, because I heard it was a very good team. But the fact that after 20 or 25 minutes I already had 2 goals, that was unbelievable for myself as well.
How do you recall the goals coming about?
Well, the first one I'll never make again, I think, not even on practice. And the second one, well, was a very good teamwork. That was good goals. And the third one as well, the other one.
How did you feel about fitting into this Aberdeen setup, besides Charlie Nicholas in particular?
Yes, I think if one player needs or deserves credit today, it's Charlie. He helped me tremendously throughout the game, and it was difficult for me to adjust to the other players, because they play long time together, and I'm just brand new here. And Charlie helped me throughout the game perfectly, and he's still a very good player. I think it'll be very important if he'll stay to the end of the season.
Well, a match full of interest once again at East End Park, and watched with us by Sandy Jardine. Sandy, it sure looks as though we found another Scottish game personality.
Yes, he looked a very, very good player indeed. In fact, he looked a bargain buy on yesterday's performance.
Now, he got off to that perfect start. I mean, you couldn't really expect anything better than that, could you?
Not really. I mean, it was an exceptional strike. There's not many players can do these sort of things, and he got it perfectly. And with his bad foot as well.
He got a bit of help on both occasions, though, from Brian Irvine, didn't he? He played very well.
Yes, Brian Irvine came in and he did very well indeed. And he was always causing Dunfermline a problem in the air. And not just that goal, the other goal as well, he headed back.
Bit of confidence required, though, to even attempt that in your debut, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just instinctive play, and he got it perfectly. Sometimes they go in and sometimes they go over the bar. That's the second goal.
Now, he's not very big, though, but he gets up very well indeed, and a lot of power on this header.
Yes, I was quite impressed for, he's not, as you say, he's not a big player, but he is very good in the air, and he got a lot behind the ball there.
Well, it must be perfect, though, to play like that in front of the Aberdeen travelling support and get off that kind of beginning to his career there. Will that make a big difference, you think, from now on?
Yes, I think so. Well, straight away, the supporters have taken to him. The Aberdeen players will be saying what a good player was signed, and if he can go from strength to strength there.
He did make the point in interviews, very interesting, about how important Charlie Nicholas was to his development in the game. What about that partnership? Do you think that can bear fruit for Aberdeen?
Yes, I thought the longer the game went, the better they got to know each other. I mean, they probably only trained together once, and they just started to get an understanding as the game went on. And he looks a good foil for Charlie. He's got a wee bit pace. Charlie likes the ball at his feet. And as I say, he can run long. He's got good pace as well as good skill. And he looks a very good foil for Charlie.
So you think Charlie might begin to think about his career up there with the arrival of this man?
Well, I think he could give him a lift. I mean, good players like to play with good players, and that boy certainly is a good player. Now,
you've been raving about Hans Gillhaus this afternoon, quite apart from the goals. I mean, he showed a range of quality, didn't he?
Yes, not just the 2 goals he scored. He scored some delightful touches. And, I mean, this one coming up, the awareness, the wee bit skill with the head flick, and also the pace. And he was just a wee bit unlucky with his cross. He didn't quite get that, but he looks a very, very good player indeed. And I'm quite sure that Aberdeen, Alex Smith, is absolutely delighted with him. Because in many ways, he's the final bit of the jigsaw for them. Aberdeen have always been a very, very good team, but they've not had the goals that their good play deserves, and he looks the player that could deliver it.
Well, Norrie McCarthy there, who was chasing him, was no slouch himself, and yet he was really left cold by that, wasn't he?
As I say, as well as good still, he is very quick, and he'll give a lot of defenders problems.
So Hans Gillhaus obviously an important player, but Aberdeen generally looked very impressive, didn't they?
Well, for the last year I've been going about and seen a lot of games, and yesterday was the best team performance I've seen this year. Aberdeen did not have a bad player. It was a manager's dream. They had 11 players that played to the top of their form, and actually it was a joy to watch.
That would have been a wee bit unfair perhaps, not giving much of a mention to Dunfermline. What would you say about their performance generally?
Actually, I've seen Dunfermline a couple of times this year, and I've been quite impressed with them. And Dunfermline were very unfortunate to play against a team of Aberdeen's quality yesterday. I mean, Dunfermline put a lot into the game, but because of the quality of Aberdeen's play, they just couldn't get near them. They couldn't touch them. And mind you, they'll not run into a team like that form too many times.
So briefly, do you think Aberdeen now are a better bet for the Championship?
Well, at the beginning of the season, I thought Rangers would run away with it. Rangers are starting to play how they can play, but I think Aberdeen will go very close.
Thanks very much, Sandy. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.